help on the way, okay?
And I heard some more shots fired from that gun that he's got. Oh, my God. He's got a crazed look on his face, too.
When did this happen, Naomi?
Just 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, maybe 4 minutes ago. And I still hear the gun being shot off.
How many people are involved?
Just the one that's laying on the ground and just that one man by himself. He's got a green army jacket on. It's a solid green. And he's got a blue cap on. I think he's got jeans.
Where's the suspect now?
He's going north on Prospect and Platt Avenue.
You said he left?
Yeah, he left. He started walking up towards Platt, and then I just now heard the gun go off again. So he's around up there, off Platt and Prospect.
So he's on foot?
Yes.
Is anyone in immediate danger?
No, that I can see or think. No. Maybe on Platt Avenue there might be people in danger.
Naomi, I need the suspect's description. Do you know his name?
No, I don't.
Okay, is he white, black, Hispanic, Asian?
He's white, and he's got long curly hair coming out of his cap.
How old is he?
I think he's probably 35, 30.
How tall?
No facial hair, and he's like 6 foot.
6 foot?
Yeah. Skinny.
And you said blonde curly hair?
No, brown.
Brown curly hair.
Uh-huh. Dark brown.
What color clothing does he have on?
Oh, he's got the green army coat, and he might have a backpack on underneath that coat. Blue jeans. I think, there's people outside that might be in danger up on Platt.
Okay.
Oh, I just heard another gun fire. Oh, my God. I think the police probably found him. They see the police lights going west on Platt. Yeah, they need to call an ambulance or something right away.
Okay. Is anyone in immediate danger?
Only people up on Platt, maybe. That's my phone. Teresa, I'm talking to the police right now. I know.
Naomi, what's the victim's description? Is he white, black, Hispanic, Asian?
He's white. I gotta go, Teresa.
White male. How old is he?
Which one? The suspect?
Naomi, no, the victim. How old is the victim?
Oh, yeah, I can't tell his face.
Give me an approximate, like 20s, 30s? 30s?
Yeah.
Is he awake?
No.
Is he breathing?
No. I can't. I mean, it doesn't look like he's breathing. He's pretty bad.
Okay. How tall is the victim?
Probably 5'7", 5'8".
Is he thin, medium, heavy built?
He seems to be medium built.
What color hair does he have?
I can't tell. He's got a backpack on his back. And
what color description are his clothing?
Blue jeans, blue backpack, and a grayish-blue sweater. And he's got tennis shoes on. I can't tell. The bottoms are red. And he's on a white bike. Oh, my God, bless his heart.
You're doing good, Naomi, okay? Where exactly is this patient, this victim?
He's at driveway where there's two cars. I hope there isn't any more people dead. They might be upstairs or downstairs because the window's broken to the
Give me the color,
downstairs.
make, and model of those two vehicles in the driveway.
Yeah, that's what I gave the lady already. I took the report.
I just want to make sure. What are the color,
one's a dark blue and one's a black, and they're both 4 doors. And I went out there twice, and he had the guns, and I was like, okay, I'm coming back in. And then before he'd know it, he's, oh, my God, shooting at probably some innocent soul.
Has anyone involved in using alcohol or drugs?
I don't know.
Okay.
Not me. It looks like he's been up for a few days.
Naomi, how many people need medical?
One.
One.
That I can see, yes.
Okay. Is the assailant still nearby?
I don't know. The cops are coming down here now. But I don't know.
All right, Naomi, I'm sending medical too, okay? I got to ask you some questions for my medical.
Okay.
Okay, is there any serious bleeding?
I can't tell.
Okay, you're doing good. All right, I am sending the paramedics to help you now. Stay on the line, and I'll tell you exactly what to do next, okay?
Okay. The police officer's there with him now.
You see the police officer there?
Yeah.
All right, Naomi, I'll go ahead and let you go. You did great today, okay?
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
About a half hour after her first call to 911 at 8:45 a.m., Carrie Payne was walking out her front door. and she was shocked to see Mark confronting a man on a bike. The man saw Mark with his long gun and called out that Mark wasn't allowed to have that type of weapon on the street. In response, Mark silently and swiftly raised the firearm and started shooting the innocent man, firing at him a total of 5 times. As Mark raised the gun, the bicyclist tried to pedal his bike away quickly. Mark shot the man in his back as he was attempting to flee this horrific scene he happened upon by some terrible twist of fate. "35-year-old Andrew Allen Myers died on the scene. Andrew was a 3-tour Iraq War veteran. He proudly and fiercely served his country and returned home safely, only to be ruthlessly murdered by an average-looking madman while innocently riding his bicycle. Tragically, witnesses reported hearing Andrew plead for his life, yelling, 'Don't shoot me! Don't shoot me!' and police ultimately located Andrew lying face down on the sidewalk, still wearing his backpack. Andrew's autopsy report indicated that he was a victim of homicide, resulting from multiple gunshot wounds. After murdering Andrew, Mark began to walk north towards Platt Avenue, and then he turned west. Another neighbor, Matthew Absher, witnessed the shooting just moments before.
And I looked down, and there was a man holding an AR-15 in one hand and a silver revolver in the other hand. And the man was walking. He looked up at me, but I couldn't see me because of my screen in my kitchen, thank God. He stopped, saw the lady smoking a cigarette, and just fired, kept walking.
He immediately followed Mark at what he claimed to be a safe distance, while simultaneously speaking to a 911 operator, reporting to the dispatcher where the shooter was going.
I just didn't want him to get away without having some consequences whatsoever.
Matthew described Mark as walking calmly and coolly, as if he were merely taking a walk in the park. Immediately following Andrew Myers' murder, Mark glimpsed a woman, Jennifer Vasquez, sitting on the Platt House's porch, which was a sober living home for women in recovery from addiction to drugs or alcohol. She was enjoying the morning when Mark approached, firing 6 rounds in all. Jennifer was shot as she sat innocently on the porch enjoying her morning. Christy Gallela heard the gunshots and opened the front door to see what was going on. This one small act, and she was gone in an instant, shot to death. Christy was pronounced dead at the scene, while Jennifer was rushed to Memorial Hospital and was later pronounced dead. Both women were declared dead by homicide as a result of multiple gunshot wounds. After the second shooting, Matthew attempted to offer aid to one of the women who had been shot by taking his shirt off and using it as a tourniquet. Sadly, it was too late. Several other witnesses saw Mark walking west along Platt Avenue. Most of them reported that he was carrying a long gun and a silver handgun, while many others were able to provide physical descriptions of the shooter, which was the description that was aired to the Colorado Springs Police Department, or CSPD units. Mark then crossed North Franklin Street, then North El Paso Street, ending up back on Platt Avenue's south side. A neighbor hollered from their residence that you had to put your gun down in this area, which Mark clearly paid no mind to, and he continued walking until he was confronted by a Colorado Springs police officer at the intersection of Platt and Wasatch. Officer Gary Darris was the first to arrive on the scene and immediately noticed a man who matched the description given to dispatch. A witness also flagged Officer Darris down and pointed him in the direction of the shooter. As soon as Mark was located, he stopped his cruiser at the intersection and ordered Mark to drop his weapon. But instead, he turned and started firing the AR-15 at the police officers.
The cop pulled up and said, "Drop your gun," and as soon as I heard that, he got onto my stomach in the median, and they started shooting at each other, and the bullets went over me.
Moments later, Sergeant Patrick David arrived as backup. There was no mistaking that these were police officers. They were both in standard police cruisers and identifiable blue uniforms. As soon as Mark began shooting, the officers took cover behind their police cars. Officer Darris's cruiser was struck in the windshield, and the bullet exited out the rear window. However, the police saw a civilian walking his dog, and they were directly in the line of fire, so officers didn't return fire. Additionally, there was a Wendy's restaurant behind Mark, and the officers were worried about hitting or injuring civilians. During this brief exchange, another 4 Colorado Springs police officers responded to the scene. This included Officer Randall Hollis, Officer Charles Surratt, Officer Edward Crowfoot, and Officer Matthew Anderson. Officers Surratt and Anderson each had recently graduated from the academy. Anderson and Crowfoot were riding in the same car, and upon stopping, they both exited their vehicle, and after ensuring there were no civilians in danger, fired their Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm department-issued handguns. Officer Anderson fired 5 times, and Officer Crowfoot fired 3 times. Officers Hallis and Surratt, who were riding together, approached Mark from the west and got out of their car. Officer Hallis started to approach Mark, who was still shooting and retreating towards Wendy's. Officer Hallis made his way to the north end of the Wendy's parking lot, where he fired his handgun 3 times. Mark was hit once and fell to the ground. Officers immediately moved in and handcuffed him and secured his weapons. There were quite a few loose bullets found in Mark's coat pocket. 7 spent shell casings were also found, and they were from the shots fired towards the officers. Paramedics and officers rendered aid to the shooter, and he was immediately rushed to Memorial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead from a gunshot wound to the upper torso. What probably felt like an event that lasted an eternity, the whole exchange with police lasted about 7 or 8 seconds. A youth wrestling tournament was being held at nearby Palmer High School athletic complex. Several rounds hit the complex's parking lot, and 1 round hit a telephone line conduit, severing the phone cable. Other agencies also responded to the 2 different crime scenes, and immediately realized the lower level of the building that Mark's apartment was in was engulfed in flames. Witnesses later reported seeing Mark walking in and out of the business earlier. The fire was determined to be an incendiary fire. The National Fire Protection Association defines incendiary fire as one that is intentionally ignited in an area or under circumstances where and when there shouldn't be fire. Police later discovered 4 separate barbecue-type propane tanks near the fire, but thankfully, the fire was extinguished with little damage to the building. All of the victims were killed with the AR-15, and there were a total of 18 rounds fired. Both handguns were fully loaded, though neither was fired. The .357 Ruger was purchased at Paradise Sales in Colorado Springs. In fact, all of the firearms were legally purchased, and gun cases for the guns were found in Mark's apartment. A 9mm Springfield handgun was purchased in July of 2009, a .357 Ruger that was purchased in October of 2009, and an AR-15 DPMS rifle that Mark purchased in December of 2009. Witnesses later reported that it was chilling. Mark walked like a man on a mission, because the murder of Andrew Myers occurred at a different location from the murder of Christy and Jennifer, and both happened at yet another place. From the police shootout, the morning bloodbath that lasted only 4 minutes consisted of 3 crime scenes. Only a few days before the shooting, Mark posted a video and a blog complaining about his family life, specifically his parents. The shooting itself was arbitrary and senseless. None of the victims had a single connection to Mark, who lived alone at 230 North Prospect Street. It was a paltry living space just above a small shop that consisted of a closed business with a broken glass front door. Andrew Allen Myers was born on November 12, 1979, making him only 35 years old when he was murdered. He was born in Cleveland, Ohio,